Hi, welcome to the Bhava Spiritual Mission Sunday broadcast. This is our Living in Partnership with Spirit online gathering, sacred container, gathering once a week to show up and provide as much as possible to bring through spirit in a way that is meaningful and understandable, and we can use it to take it out into the world and transform our own lives and transform the world. That's the goal, right? My name is Ingrid Turner. I am the founder of the Bhava Spiritual Mission, and I run our seminary, which is a school for spiritual workers to go through and do their deeper healing work, find their spiritual gifts, and take it out into the world on a platform that resonates with them. We are a community here to help you live in partnership with spirit. Bhava Spiritual Mission is a digital church, and we show up to bridge the gap between us and divine spirit, to be channels for divine spirit and bring through the message, again, in a way that is understandable and practical, and a way that we can really use it to implement into our day-to-day life and transform ourselves and transform the world. So we really believe in this new earth. We believe in the golden age. We believe that we are here. We believe that we are sinking into a world full of love and fellowship and community. And we understand that it's a process, and we're here to help with that process, and we're going to help you with that process by any means necessary in any way that we can. So thank you so much for showing up, for being a part of this community, being a part of this organization and this mission to bring in this new earth. You are a key piece of it. And if you're here today, you're meant to be here today, whether you're watching live or catching the replay. There's something in this for you. So thank you for joining and receiving the message from Spirit, receiving your directive from Divine Spirit. All right. So in case you're new to this broadcast and to what we're up to, what we do, every week we get together on the great World Wide Web, stream a live video. I channel a message from Divine Spirit, and then I deliver that to you with some discussion. And then we bring on Bhava Babe or Bhava Babes, some of our leadership team, to discuss the message, to expand on the message. And the reason we do that is because Spirit comes to us and gives us what we are capable of receiving based on how open we are, our life experiences, our understanding. But then we all have different sort of areas of understanding, different lens of perspective, and Spirit really uses this to help expand the message. So I always use the analogy of a patchwork quilt. It's like I have a piece, Yvonne has a piece who's joining us today, and you have a piece. And so we encourage you to join in on the conversation. Once you hear the message, if you feel any pings, any downloads, if you have questions, if you have experiences to relate, leave them in the comments section. We want to bring you on so that you can help us expand on this message with us. That's really important. This is not about one person showing up and being, the almighty conduit for Divine Spirit. We are all conduits for Divine Spirit. And our job, our goal, our mission is to help you open up to Spirit, to connect directly with the infinite and bring through messages from Spirit, the work of Spirit and divine love. Let it course through your whole being and your whole body. That's what we're all about. So my process is on Sunday mornings, I sit down, I do my meditation, my prayer, my spiritual practice, and then I open up to Spirit. Generally, Spirit comes through to me in the form of my spirit guide. His name is Monz, M-O-N-Z. And if you followed me around for any period of time, you know that name. Brings through these little tidbits and messages all the time. So I connect with Monz, which is like my user-friendly interface with the divine, and I bring through the message. I dictate it as exactly as I'm able to. I have one fantastic job. It is to move out of the way and let Spirit through. So I dictate that message, and then I'll give you kind of my notes on that message and how that might relate to your experience, how it relates to my experience, and some real world concrete examples. Because again, we're all about making this practical, making Spirit, Divine Spirit, practical and usable and applicable in our daily lives. That's what it's all about. We're here for the human experience, but the human experience is also a divine experience, and melding our humanity and Divine Spirit, our God consciousness, our God selves, that's living in partnership with Spirit. And that's the whole point of the Bhava Spiritual Mission, is living in partnership with Spirit. So again, I want to thank you for joining. If you want to learn more about our organization, of course, there are links in the description. You can go to our website and check us out. Whew. So that being said, let's go ahead and dive in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have us ground in first. So if you're able to, I want you to close your eyes with me. I want you to take a few deep breaths, deep in through the nose, out through the mouth. And I want you to feel all of your energy pool in your root chakra. Maybe it'll be warm or tingly. Or you'll just be aware that it's happening. Now take a deep breath in and pull the energy from your root into your heart. Exhale and hold the energy in your heart. Inhale and pull the energy from your heart into your crown. Exhale and hold the energy in your crown. Inhale and pull the energy out of your body. Feel it connect with divine source energy. And with the out breath, pull that energy back into your body and into your heart. Breathe in and hold the energy in your heart. Breathe out and pull the energy down to your root. Breathe in and hold the energy in your root. Breathe out and push the energy down your legs and into your feet. Breathe in and hold the energy in your feet. Breathe out and push the energy into the earth. Feel that energy hook in with the earth's core and take a deep breath in and pull it back up towards your feet. Exhale. Inhale and feel the energy hit the soles of your feet and move up your legs and pull again in the root chakra and exhale into your root chakra. All right, I want to encourage you to keep your eyes closed while I read the message to you. Go ahead and open up your aura, open yourself big and wide. I want you to really receive this message from Spirit, worrying less about memorizing every word and concerning yourself more with just feeling the message, feeling divine Spirit enter your being. Here's today's message. Spirit says, here is how you bring in the new earth, through your own love, your own passion, by following your heart with constancy. Your fearful mind will always throw up blocks in front of your heart. These will look and feel like real reasons, responsibilities, and legitimate excuses for denying your heart's gentle and persistent beat. But it's not true. Moving through the fear, gently, gently, in the direction of your heart's wishes. This is what commits you to the golden age, to the new earth, to a paradise of love, community, and global fellowship. Every day you must take the journey into your own heart, listen to its call, and take action on its call. Some days this will seem impossible, but persist. Move gently, gently in the direction of your heart's calling. This journey isn't about the destination. This journey is about the drops of love you leave on this planet every day. All of you leaving those droplets of love each time you move in the direction of love, that very soon becomes an ocean, and it will sweep up your whole planet and fundamentally rework and restructure the energetic dynamics of this entire universe. Okay, let's take a deep breath together. Just let that energy sink in for a moment. I want to remind you, and being called to remind you, if you haven't heard this yet, and if you have, it feels like we need to hear it again from Spirit. Humanity, our planet, this ball of creation hurtling its way along. We are the foundation, for the energetic foundation for the entire universe. Our universe is our sliver of creation. Creation itself, of course, is mind-boggling. We can't comprehend it. We can barely comprehend our universe. And that is our sliver of creation. That is the energetic playground where we have come to experience and express. We're here to experience the billions of hues of love. Creation is love. Spirit talks about this all the time, over and over again. It's love, it's love, it's love. I find that often Spirit won't refer to fear in a personal way, like your fear. It's more, the energy is more about the fear. But love, heart, that's always yours. That's ours. We take ownership of that. We are love. So we are the sort of God-focused inhabitants of this planet. And as the energy expands and raises, the vibration raises in this planet, so that spirals out into our entire universe. Human beings, the human experience is setting the energetic tone, the vibrational tone for the universe. That's amazing. When Spirit tells me that, it just blows me away. And so that is how important you are and your vibrational shift is. And coming into this new earth, into this incredible new paradigm, we are here. We are here. There is a paradigm of love. This is a new experience of a new flavor of love, a deeper, more authentic, more closely connected to Holy Spirit flavor of love. That's this new earth, this new paradigm. And we help bring that in and cement that experience through our own experience of love, our individual experiences of love. And it's about loving yourself more than it is anything else. Okay. It's about bringing yourself back into your heart. It's about following the call of your heart. It's about following, expanding that heart and moving through that fear. Since day one of this global shift, I have stood up here. The Bhava community has stood up and said, move yourself from fear to love. Move yourself from fear to love. And that still stands so true. That still holds so true. And I love what Spirit said. There's a couple of things that Spirit came through that I wanted to expand on, a couple pieces of this message. The first is to gently move in the direction of your heart. So here's the thing, we have very human responsibilities, and sometimes they're responsibilities we want, and sometimes they're responsibilities we find ourselves in and don't feel like we can just, opt out of that. And that's fine. Responsibilities are what make us human. They're what connect us to each other. When Spirit says move gently in the direction of your heart is calling you, and it's going to look like a desire. It's going to look like, I want that. The thing you need to remember is the desire is a signpost, not the destination. And this journey, this pull of the heart, is not really about the destination. It's not about getting to a certain place or achieving a certain thing or winning a certain experience. It's about moving in the direction of your heart's call. And that is what opens up your heart to, and sits you in this experience of love and joy and openness and well-being and self-love. And that doesn't mean necessarily, it can, but generally it doesn't mean you make big sweeping changes. You get rid of the people in your life and you move house and you do whatever it is. It's like, I'm getting out of here. I am making these changes. This isn't about selfishness in the sense that it's not about anybody else. This is about compassion and love for yourself, which then radiates out to everyone and everything around you. But the gentle movement is about moving your intention and your heart in the direction of your dreams, of your desires, of your passion, without necessarily knowing that you're not necessarily going to get there the next day. You're moving in that direction and you're fostering and bolstering your faith so that you continue to expand your own heart and things start to fall into place around you. Obstacles move out of the way. Even self-imposed obstacles. The fear brings up the I can't because. And Spirit says you can, but you may not know how. You have to move your heart in that direction. And, I was thinking about my own experience when I was channeling this message, sort of my own experience popped into my head. What I've wanted to do since I was a young woman, I've always wanted to travel. I've always wanted to sort of live this like slow nomadic lifestyle. It's been a dream of mine for years. And anytime my life starts to get sticky, I start to daydream. I start to check out in my mind, where can I go? I literally will start looking at flights and I'll start looking at Airbnbs and planning my whole life, right? Which is not happening. And the reason it was not happening for a long time is because I was a single mom. I had my son at 21 and it was just me. Okay. He's 15 now. So it's just me. So that dream of living that slow nomadic life was really out of reach for me. Well, I have to work. Well, I have to have a full-time And as I started to, what I was in a lot of like resistance and fear and frustration around it for a long time. And my son, God love him, he's a really grounded dude. And he's like, I do not want to travel with you, mother. I want to stay put. I want to stay near family. That's what I want. And to me, the right and responsible thing to do was to honor that experience for my son as a child. So stay put, we did. And I had a lot of frustration around it. Frustration. And then what I started to do is, it's like I started to kind of get this sense of, well, I don't know how it's going to happen or when it's going to happen. And maybe I just got to wait till my son's grown up. But I'm just, instead of feeling this frustration around not being able to live how I want to live, I'm just going to sit in trust. I'm going to just come back to myself. I'm going to gently move myself in that direction, which means that I set my intention. And then as I was worrying about it and feeling frustrated about it, I managed my thinking. I managed my feelings. I came back to myself. I focused on me. I brought my attention back to me. I focused on my kid. I just kind of moved along. So pretty soon, things started to kind of come to a head with my teenager. And I mean, God love him. Like we just went because he's a teenager. And that's perfectly okay. But it was interesting to see how, as I was healing myself and I was healing the situation and I was moving my intention and really working on my own frustration and my own, I don't have this, things started to shift so drastically that when he was 14, his father came back into the picture, having been absent his whole life because he was on his own journey and kind of doing his stuff. And pretty soon, less than a year later, my son is living with his father. He's doing amazing. He's way happier. He and I love seeing each other. We're not clashing. And suddenly I have all this space open up in my life to move in the direction of my heart. To not feel, and I don't have to feel wrong about it. Don't feel bad about it. I'm able to move in the direction of my heart. And what created that experience was the gentle movement in my heart in that direction without having to make big sweeping changes. But then what showed up in life was all of the space opened up and everybody is happier. Everybody is really happy. And my son gets to develop this really sweet, loving relationship with his father that he didn't have before. And I get to have space open up. He gets to have space open up. So I wanted to share that little bit with you just from my own personal experience to explain like the power of that. And I really started moving out of the frustration and into the gratitude and the heart movement, maybe a year before all of this shifted and changed. And I tell you, it's like magic. It's like magic. So I hope that makes sense to you. But how do you move gently in from your heart? Let's just talk a little bit about the mechanics of that, because you're going, yeah, but I can't because, or like my son's too, Ingrid, or whatever it is. You got to trust that it's all going to work out in the most wonderful and fantastic ways. And what I do, the way I practice this is I move my attention to my heart every single day. I give thanks in my heart. I say, I love you to my heart. I pull my energy back when I notice myself throwing it out here. When I notice my thinking and my emotions are crummy, even a little bit of anxiety, I get vigilant and I pull myself back and say, how can I love myself more? I maintain my spiritual practice vigilantly. Every day I get up and I do my spiritual practice. I do my meditation, I do my prayer. It takes me all of 10 minutes. Makes the difference, makes a huge difference. I take care of myself. I bolster my faith. And I move in the direction of my faith. I manage my stuff. I manage my fears. I get into gratitude every day when I notice myself going, me, because we do. Humans negative catalog. We go, me, and we don't have to do it. But it does take vigilance and it does take commitment. And that is how we move through the fear, and we move gently in our heart's direction. So will traveling around make me really happy? I don't know. I'm going to try it out this month though. I'm getting my car situated. I'm going to go on the road. I'm going to see how working does on the road and have this whole fantasy. And I'm moving in the direction of this heart's desire, knowing that it's a signpost, not necessarily a destination. So I'm releasing my attachment from what I think will happen and following the feeling that is pulling me towards that experience. Maybe I'll hate it and I'll come back and be like, nope, 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 nope. I am grounding myself right here. But I won't know until I open up my heart to that experience. And that is how we cement in, one of the ways, I should say, that we cement in this new earth, is to open our heart and follow the call of our heart, because that is the call of love. And it won't look anything like we think it will. It won't make you happy when you get there and solve all your problems. But it is the journey and the drops of love that we drop all over the place that creates this ocean and lifts the vibration of this planet and ultimately expands the energetic vibration and the experience of love for the entire universe. So it's really important that today and moving forward, you drop into your heart, you manage your fears with all of your spiritual tools, and you've got lots of them. And if you need more, Bhava has more for you. You manage your fear, open your heart, and move gently, gently in the direction of your heart's desire, knowing that any blocks are self-made. It's all fear-based, and you will be able to move through that. Obstacles will fall away, and everyone, not just you, everyone is going to benefit. My son, well, I don't get to live with my son right now, my 15-year-old son. There's some like, whoa, that's a little uncomfortable, but he's happier with his father right now because he is where he needs to be and developing the relationship he needs to be. I am happier getting to see him and be his friend instead of having to be the mom all the time and have this space open up in my life. Will it change in the future? Maybe. But I'm just going to follow the pull of my heart, and I'm going to encourage you to follow the pull of your heart and see where life lands for you. All right. Okay. I hope that's been helpful. Let's bring on somebody to help us expand on this. I've yapped a lot at you. So we have beautiful words. We have our beautiful Miss Yvonne Marie, who I'm pulling up here. Here she is. Hi, gorgeous.
Hello. I was sitting there listening to you thinking, oh my gosh, she doesn't even need me. She's said it all and so well.
No, I need you.
Well, it's funny because when, we were talking backstage before, and then I was listening to you talk, that energetic component is so huge. We were talking about how that shows up for us, in between the way we work and the way we work to support Bhava, having that other person to bounce off of to keep the energetic container up. It's really important, especially in a time like this when we have such global changes. We have such catastrophic ideas running through there's a lot of people running around saying, honey penny, that honey penny thing, you must call the president. The sky is falling. There's a lot of that going on. Yeah. And I think you're really, really right. We have those billions of hues of love, which is, as you were talking, I was seeing how it shows up when we just step out of our fear and into faith and follow that heart tug, that pull. Watching the way that's shown up for you with Turner.
Yeah. Yeah, you've been there the whole time. You saw the whole thing.
I saw the whole thing. I mean, I saw pieces you didn't see.
Yes. And, of course, because
exactly. Well, because I see things in my head and voices talk to me too. So
that seems to be an epidemic in Bhava.
We're
hearing voices. Oh no!
Let's don't ever try and cure that.
No,
no. It's a beautiful thing the way you were talking about the vibrational shifts. And so what I heard was incremental shifts.
Thank you. Beautiful. I love that. Yes, incremental shifts.
Yeah.
That's the stuff right there.
Exactly. And I think, this dance that we do with each other in Bhava and the dance that we do out in the world, even if you're coming here to sit down and listen and take home tools to work in your relationship, incremental changes.
Incremental movement. Even
exactly.
Because change is going to happen all by itself. But when you incrementally move in that direction,
right,
and just be so gentle with yourself. Spirit keeps saying, gentle. We're so conditioned to be like, get it done, make it happen. And Spirit's like, nah.
Yeah.
Just be gentle.
Exactly.
Be gentle. Yeah.
Baby. Yeah. I like that. It has to come from a place of thinking, not even thinking, checking out the thinking. It has to come from a place of being.
Yeah.
That heart place of being. And if we're trying to make change, we're out of that heart place.
Absolutely. We're out of the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the thing that that I was going to mention too, that I want to mention now, because you just reminded me of it, is you got to ask yourself this question when you're in this. So first of all, like, come into your heart. What is your heart's desire? So our desires are not bad, but they're not what we think they are. Again, they're a signpost. They're not the destination. Reaching your desires does not produce happiness. Moving in the direction of your desires produces happiness, but it's always continuing. It's a journey. It's a lifelong journey. And it's, you got to ask yourself when you're sitting inside, am I running from something or am I moving towards something? And if you're wanting to make big changes and like dismantle everything, I think there are situations where that can be appropriate, where you are moving towards something, but often it's a running away. And a running away is fear-based, and a running towards is love-based.
Yep.
You got to be really honest with yourself and slow yourself down. Like you said, come into being and really push that energy into your heart. Whatever it is that is your heart's desire, any obstacles that you're facing are the fear brain's creation. And it's a physical manifestation of your fear. And that's okay, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is serving me. Even the slowdowns are serving us. Drop into your heart, move in that direction, and watch the fear. As your internal fear starts to go away, starts to dissolve, so will the outer manifestations of that fear.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that.
Yeah. If Turner was 2 years old when I started doing this, then the block that I had, that was, I'm a single mom, I can't do this, would have dissolved in a different way than it did this time, because our experience is not finite. Is that the right word that I'm using? Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's just not set in stone. That we're here for the whole spectrum of the human experience, and we choose what spectrum, what part of that we're having in our consciousness in every moment.
I think we choose that too by a process of elimination. So we can have these experiences in childhood or out in the world, and we choose based on a limited understanding, based on what we've already experienced.
Right.
So when you talk about, it's not the destination, it's the journey, we often set out towards a destination unknown because we've not experienced it. And we find that the journey changes our idea completely of where we're going.
Yeah.
And the destination no longer becomes important at all.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
You said that. That was so good. Okay. No, oh my God. You just went, I had a moment. I was like, yes, that's it. When we pursue our desire, or when we move in the direction of our heart's desire, the desire dissolves along the journey. You're absolutely right. 9 times out of 10, when you're following your heart, when you're not hyper focused on the destination, the desire dissolves along the journey. Because it's not about, this desire has really nothing to do. That's the mind going, this is how I want to feel. That's what it must look like.
Right.
It's irrelevant.
No, it's completely different. I don't know if you've ever worked on engines before. You see guys out there, working on the carburetor. Yeah. They've got and they spray a little this or that in the carburetor, and boom, the whole thing goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that, I want to go on this journey because I need something. Fuel me. It's like that little spray in the carburetor. It just gets the engine to kick over.
Yeah.
It's following the heart along the journey that really, it fuels that heart space to release what we don't know.
Yeah.
Because sometimes there is a little bit of a block between what we want, what we feel, what we need to be loved, and what we think we need to love or need to be. Yeah. And that, it's a beautiful thing to watch people come out of that belief that I know what I want and see that blockage between how they feel and what they think.
Yeah. Right. Oh, it's really beautiful to watch yourself do it. Like, that's where I've been having a lot of fun. I'm like, wow, Ingrid, oh my God, so much has come to light. I'm just like having a blast with it.
I have a blast outing myself, as you know.
Yes. It's a thing. Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
It is a thing.
Yeah. So, and the other thing that I want to mention as well that I think is really valuable is we're really taught that that selfishness is so bad. And selfish is like when you really don't care about anyone except yourself. And I don't feel like that's what we're talking about here. I feel like what we're talking about is you do have to care about yourself first, because if you really care about other people and you want to serve on a grand scale or even a small scale, if you even want to show up as a decent mom or a good friend or, a good wife or husband, you cannot do that if you do not put yourself first.
Mm-hmm.
You simply cannot do it. You will die. You will become ill. Your body will break down. And, you have to fill yourself up and then move into this incredible compassion that you have from that place of fulfillment. And the way that you fill yourself is to follow your heart, is to acknowledge what your heart wants, what your heart desires, not desires, that's the wrong word, the direction of your heart, move in that direction, become filled. And everybody who you meet on your path is rewarded by your fullness of love. And boop, 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 boop. Hello, New Earth.
Yeah. You have to feel yourself. You're absolutely right. Especially, stay-at-home moms. I'm going to go there for a second. I was a stay-at-home mom. I've watched many, many of them. If you don't have something outside serving other people and keeping a container within which you live, you will lose your mind. You will go crazy. It will affect your body. I mean, I'm reaping the rewards of that right now. But that's part of that not understanding that the destination can be within inside you while you take care of that. You can be the destination. Yeah. And without sacrificing your job, which can be outside of yourself, or your job inside the home. As long as you know that you are still really important, the work you do, whatever work you do, is really important. And that mental journey, that journey to love of self, is just as important as getting on a plane.
It's much more important.
Yeah,
You've got to love yourself through all of it. So, I mean, just to recap here, for us, like, this is sort of what we're talking about, what's coming through, because this stuff, God, this is so juicy. And I really like to summarize stuff because it's all about making it practical. It's all about making it applicable. Otherwise, what's the point, So it's like, we're here to bring in this new earth. And if you're listening today, whether it's live or on the replay, you're a part of this. This message is for you. You have got to come home to your heart, because that is how you bring in the new earth. That is how you assist with the great expansion that we are experiencing, with cementing in this new paradigm. This is about love and global fellowship. Global fellowship, ladies and gents. That's huge. This is an incredible new world that we are entering. And we are all needed. Every single one of us who are receiving this message, hearing this message, we are needed to do our work, to bring it in. Our work is so easy and so fun. It's to open your heart and move in the direction of your heart. Make incremental movement towards your heart's goal, towards your desires. And knowing that our desires are not really it. That is, it's a way for our mind to identify the pull and to move in that direction. And I will let you all know how my travels go. And if it really makes me as happy as I have believed it will for the last 10 years, I will let you know. And it doesn't matter, because I also know that regardless of how I feel about it, I'm moving in the direction of my heart, and that is leading me into love, which is where I need to be. And as that shifts, I will follow the love, as will you. So can we all make a commitment today to follow the love?
Yes. Yes, we can.
Let's do that. Holy cow. That feels amazing. Let's bring on, we have a YouTube viewer. Love this message today. And I almost read that as love is the message today. I was like, yeah, it is. But today, the insight and energy resonates with me so much. Love the graceful way you two show and express the transformation of moving from fear to heart's desire. I'm really glad that we're being perceived as graceful today, because back then we were like, ooh.
Right.
So that's great.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. And then Joanna on Facebook, the unknown is where all possibilities reside. That is absolutely
love
true.
it.
That is absolutely true. Yeah. There was something I was going to say to that, and it's gone.
That's okay. That's okay.
What happens. Lena says it's incredibly relatable. Hello, fellow Bhava mom, right?
Gotta love Lena. Yeah.
Love you, Lena. All right. Well, that feels really good. I feel like we're at a really good stopping point, kind of a short
Yeah.
service today, but it feels amazing to me, like to the point. So let's make that commitment. And if you're watching and you're ready to make that commitment, yeah, give us make it concrete. Comment, yes, I'm making the commitment. And then today we want you to sink into your heart, get really honest with yourself. Where am I being pulled to? So often we deny our desires, where we're being pulled because we only have, all the things. Where am I being pulled to? And then commit to moving incrementally and so gently in the direction of your heart. And watch the world change around you. Watch your fears melt away. And as your fears melt away, all the obstacles in front of you are going to melt away to everyone's benefit. I think the story about my son is really powerfully illustrates that.
Absolutely.
Everybody's happy right now.
The only thing I want to add is don't judge yourself when you start reaching for that. Because, if you had come at that from any other angle with your son of, oh my gosh, I'm a bad mom for even thinking
And I did.
this. Yeah, I know. But, thankfully,
I had my moment.
We have that friendship thing going where it's like, no.
Yeah. And that's the thing. That was another fear coming up. And as I came home to my heart, the fear melted. It just melted. Yeah. It was amazing.
Beautiful.
All right, my beautiful friend. I love you so much.
I love you too.
Thank you for jumping on and creating this amazing container, this sacred space. Thank you, everybody, for jumping on and commenting and loving us with you. If you are interested in learning more about the Bhava Spiritual Mission, you can visit our website. It's bhavamission.org. You can learn more about us and our organization and kind of what we're all about. You can also inquire about joining our ministry, our seminary school that we talked about, which is for the spiritual seekers out there, for the ones who are like, oh my God, I am vibing with what you're throwing down, ladies. If you're vibing with what we're throwing down, I want you to send me an email and let's have a conversation about the Bhava mission and joining the Bhava ministry. It's a powerful container. It's about showing up and being of service, first to yourself, being of service to yourself, untangling the conditioning, doing the deeper healing work in a community that is safe and loving and totally judgment-free. And we are a non-dogmatic church, which means that all walks of life are open and welcome. We got them all, okay? And so you are welcome. The common thread we have is our faith. And if you can feel that while you're listening to us, and you want to be of service in this world, and even if you don't know how yet, send me an email. Let's have a conversation. All right. And finally, if you find this message helpful, if you are showing up and you want to support what we're doing here, there are hard costs associated with what we're doing, of course, and putting ourselves out there. This is our life's work and we're going to show up and do it. If you want to set up a donation to the Bhava Spiritual Mission, you can follow that link on your screen. It's also in the description of the video. You can do a one-time donation or you can set up a recurring monthly donation, which would help us out tremendously. So if that's something you feel called to do, right on. And then finally, share this video, leave a comment, give us a love, give us a like, subscribe to our YouTube channel, support us in this way, support yourself in this way, and share this video with people who you feel would be of benefit would benefit from this message. That would be most appreciated. Yvonne, did I miss anything? Do you have anything to add?
I don't think you missed anything, dear.
I think we did it. Okay. Well, on that note, thank you all so much. We love you. We love you. We love you. We love you. God bless you. Mwah.
Thank you.